Now, Japan's SoftBank has teamed up with a group of investors on a $25 billion plan. According to the Financial Times, they want to create 2 new international football tournaments for FIFA. Now, the investors who have chosen to stay anonymous are from China, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and the United States. The proposal comes as FIFA struggles to get its finances in order. It lost millions of dollars in sponsorships and advertising after a corruption and bribery scandal in 2015. Now, this would be the first time FIFA sells control of its events, but the proposal calls for it to maintain 51% of the new joint venture. The Club World Cup, an annual competition with 7 teams, would be expanded to 24 teams. It would be similar to UEFA's Champions League, but it would extend beyond Europe to make the tournament more global. Well, the investors have also proposed creating a new event for national teams that would take place every 2 years. Well, for more on all this, let's go to Joe Favorito in New York. He's a veteran sports marketing consultant and a professor at Columbia University. Joe, thank you very much for your time. Really good to speak to you there. Firstly, why do you think these plans are being floated now?
Well, when you look at the 2 biggest growth markets for soccer globally, you have North America and you have China. So if you are looking to grow the sport of football, those are 2 places that you want to go. Plus, there is so much of a need for content, and we've got plenty of regional club competitions. Now you'd have the opportunity to do this globally. The amount of money that could be made off that is tremendous.
Do you think the expansion of the Club World Cup, then, is feasible? Is there any space in the soccer calendar at the moment?
That remains the biggest question. There's been talk about creating a Champions League just for North America. That hasn't been able to happen because there hasn't been enough room. I think the biggest thing that you'll find is if there is money, there will be room on the calendar.
But we saw last night with the drama of UEFA's Champions League, is any new competition going to be able to compete with the financial might than the juggernaut that is UEFA's Champions League?
It depends on where you are. Keep in mind that soccer is becoming more and more global and more popular, especially in the United States and China and an emerging country like India. So again, as long as there is an opportunity for money to be made, there are audiences, there are media companies that want to cover, there'll be an opportunity to definitely do it. Now, whether it will be on the grand scale of the audiences that like El Clasico will bring, that remains to be seen. But I think if you have the right mix, people will watch and people will go to stadiums. And by the way, brands will invest. Let's
look at it from FIFA's perspective then. It would be the first time they've sold control of their events, although, as we mentioned, they'd still have that 51% stake. Does FIFA need to do something drastic, do you think, to change its image after all the scandals that they've had in recent years?
I don't think drastic is the way to put it. I think it's progressive. There's only so much that FIFA can do. And when you're running a property like the World Cup, when it comes up, that's a tremendous amount of time and effort. If you find someone to bring in the dollars that they're talking about, and they're talking about billions with a B, not millions with an M, there's definitely an opportunity for FIFA to kind of farm this out a little bit and see where it goes. By the way, much less risk if someone else is doing it for you.
Good point. How damaging have the scandals been to FIFA's financial situation in recent years?
I think if you look at the global popularity of soccer, people want to see the games, they want to see the stars, brands want to get involved. It looks like that the international governing body has taken the steps to try and correct things. We're going to see going forward. But soccer right now as a global property has probably never been in a better position than it is today.
OK, Joe, thank you very much for talking to us. Joe Favorito in New York.